thunder on the mountain, voices in the dark. First horse blazing, crown and bow held high, conquest in a white veil cuts across the sky. Wars and rumors of wars, hear the hoofbeats, feel the roar. From the old words carved in stone to the trenches of our homes. Wars and rumors of wars, every headline ancient lore. As the seals tear open one by one, we're counting down the red horse rising, blade that splits the grain, beast on, sword drawn, rivers red as rain. Black horse weighing, red against the gold, empty hands, hollow lands, hungry eyes grow cold. Wars and rumors of wars, hear the hoofbeats, feel the roar. From the old words carved in stone to the trenches of our homes. Wars and rumors of wars, every headline ancient lore. As the seals tear open one by one, we're counting down the sun.
All right, we're about to get started. Everybody hit that like, share the show. All wound up today. Oh, yes. Yep. About 60 seconds. Subscribe, will you? For God's sake.
Pale horse creeping, graveyard in his gaze. Hades in his shadow, swallowing the days. Altars cry out, blood beneath their feet.
Why is one of my legs up?
Trumpets in the distance, fire and the wind. Wars and rumors of wars, hear the hoofbeats, feel the
Hopefully it'll come back on. I don't mind it. It's kind of artistic lighting. All right, let's, I don't have a way to fade this out. This is sad because it's not on my regular thing, though. And cut. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Hal Sparks, Megaworldwide. Like, subscribe, give the thumbs up, support the show. Hello. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. I was traveling. Yesterday, not only was I traveling, it's one of my down days. Because anytime I have to not see my kid for a little while, I get in a deep, dark, funky place, and then I recover quickly because I still got a great kid, so it's all good. Anyways, hi everybody. Yes. Oh boy, this is where do we? Oh shit. Oh God. Let's start with Graceland. Trump went to Graceland, and I know what all of you were thinking. Please use the bathroom while you're there. Mind your manners. I am always reminded in moments like this of my dear friend Chris Bono, hilarious that he is on all fronts. Probably my favorite joke of his of all time, which was his Elvis impersonation, where because he was a guitar comic and still is, and it's a very funny guy, and he would go, and so the end is near, and so I face the shower curtain, and I just I just fall apart on that one every single time. And I don't know why that came to mind. Do you? Can't imagine. Now, we've seen repeatedly lately how difficult it is for Trump to stay awake while listening to people kiss his ass. You can imagine how difficult it is for him to stay awake standing up, walking around, watching someone else talk about someone else. It's it's brutal. So let's check this out. I've only seen like a snippety snidge bit of it. And I have been to, let me know in the chat room, have you been to Graceland? Have you gone across the street to the diner and had peanut butter and banana sandwiches? I recommend it. But here it is. Remarks. Donald Trump makes an unscheduled stop at Graceland in Memphis. Okay, is the title of this. First of all, bullshit. The president does not make unscheduled stops ever. Like that, get out of here. Like the idea that he went to Graceland on a whim. Where do you think he was going to go? Like to downtown Memphis to see where Elvis started? No, he's going to go to basically his dream home. And I know for a fact, if you've been there, you know that if they did, they haven't really cleaned the place on purpose since Elvis was there. So you could probably clone him from the, I was about to say skin cells, but it's probably other ones. In the shag carpet, in the hunka hunka burn in love room downstairs, the room in the house that apparently his parents, mother in particular, were never allowed to go. Don't tell me my headphones are off. That's just wrong. Let me make sure I can still hear. Oh yeah, the left one went out. That's okay. All right, I can do this one eared. I have many times. Uh, and if I have to, I got another set of headphones. I'll switch to that. I don't care. You know, I'm rolling with it. That's just the mood I'm in because there's a certain level of grace in when things are kind of completely fucked. Okay, so let's go.
We love Elvis.
We love Elvis. I love him. He sounds exactly like Jiminy Glick when he says that. I don't know if you've ever. Hold on. Now I'm already getting diverted. Hold on one second. Let's go to YouTube and Jiminy Glick interviewing Kurt Russell. Glick. Whoops. Yeah. Kurt Russell. There we go. Hold on.
Gee, Kurt, I can honestly say I killed Miranda. Wonderful. You what?
I can't help you.
Elvis. Yes.
Tell me about Elvis Presley.
Elvis?
I love Elvis. Tell me about him.
So that's immediately where that's immediately where my head went. We love Elvis. Hold on.
We love Elvis.
I love Elvis. Tell me about him.
We're just gonna love Elvis.
Yeah, it's an unscheduled stop. We just had the camera inside for the fuck of it. His crew went ahead. It's like a fucking HGTV show. Like, let's take a look inside your new home. Nobody's been in here yet. Oh yeah, the camera guys are traipsing all over the goddamn place. I hope they have booties on their shoes.
Everybody loves Elvis, right?
Everybody loves Elvis. I didn't like Elvis very much. He made Nancy Myers cry, and I had a huge crush on her. And when he died, she heard about it on the radio, on this little transistor radio on the bus, and she started crying. And I was like, fuck Elvis Presley. He made Nancy Myers cry. I don't like him. As a little kid, that was my response.
Yeah. Welcome to the second most visited platform in there. Wow, your house number one. So you could do that. One years ago.
Oh dear.
The highest award. Yeah. Here you are. Congressional Medal.
There is some debate over whether Trump at some point thinks this guy is Elvis Presley. There seems to be a moment.
Great. Nice to see you.
By the way, everybody should watch the Elvis movie that was it Baz Luhrmann put out. It's lovely.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Angie, and I'm going to be your tour guide today.
Very good.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Welcome to Graceland.
Great. Hello, everybody. We were here and we're touting how well it's done with the crime stats, and
In Graceland,
over a period of 5 months, it's
we've had almost no television shot.
way, way down, and we're proud of it. We're going to come back in 2 or 3 months, and we'll have a very, very, one of the safest cities. So Memphis went through a terrible thing, and like in D.C., we're doing great, and every place we go, we're doing great, to be honest.
Every place, Carg Island, Epstein's Zorro Ranch, where they're literally using like cadaver-seeking equipment all over the property. It's going to go very well.
So, Frank, I'd love to go to Chicago. I'd love to be invited to Chicago.
Nope, I'm not. I'm as the duly designated hero of Chicago. You're not allowed. Fuck off. Stay out of my city. You are unwelcome, sir. Any member of our military, welcome. I hope you have a great time. Try the pizza. You can fuck off.
We would get rid of crime in Chicago very easily,
No, you wouldn't.
but the Democrats don't want to do that. I'd love to go.
No, we just love crime. That's what it is. You know what I mean? It makes life exciting. I mean, how the hell is Dick Wolf going to have a bunch of shows? How you have Chicago PD and fire and med if there's nobody, no criminals setting people on fire and having them go to the hospital? The fuck are you trying to do?
To San Francisco would make it something.
Please go to the Castro.
We'd bring it back to where it was. And
8 years ago when it was at a really rough spot.
the mayor's working hard. He's a Democrat. He's working hard there, but we could do things that they just can't do.
What, kill citizens?
But every place we go, and Memphis, I guess you probably heard the crime numbers are way down. Most of them are down by 75% and more. And within 2 or 3 months, we'll have it down to over 90%.
Obviously, we're not counting crypto fraud.
So you have to be happy.
Because as soon as he entered the city,
Elvis would be very happy about that, right?
no,
Everyone loves Elvis.
no, Elvis carried a gun everywhere. Elvis became an honorary DEA agent, I think, and was on drugs at the time.
I love Elvis. Yeah. Elvis, you know, they all say, did you
I love Elvis. Tell me about him.
know Elvis? So I knew Frank Sinatra. I knew most of them.
Yes, because they're a group. You know, it's like a little tribe of old time entertainers. They were a strange people. Their leader wore an odd hat, and you had to greet him with it. You had to eat this weird peanut butter and banana sandwich with a Twinkie on top, and with bourbon.
Unfortunately, I never met Elvis, and that would be one I would have liked
Well, fortunately for him,
a lot. But I do like his music, I will say. So thank you for inviting me. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming and visiting us.
Hey, let's take a look.
All right.
Walk
No,
around.
welcome to the living room.
Go ahead.
So
I want you to meet Joe Weinstein. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice looking.
Yeah. So obviously, this is the Medal of Freedom that Jack accepted on Elvis's behalf at your office in 2018.
That's great.
Mhm.
And you
I don't even remember that. I was on the same benzo stimulant mix he was.
have it here.
We have it on your house.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we keep it on a table in the front room where groups of people can knock it over. It's what we do for fun. It adds it's like a water park.
Somebody's gonna grab it. Nothing's-
We're at war, by the way. I'd like to put, just for the gas prices through the roof, we're at war. He's at Graceland.
It's not that safe yet.
We have over 1 million items across the street
Oh,
that we have in archives and
Oh.
very well protected. Almost as well protected as you are.
Do you ever get tired of that music?
Never.
I don't.
Jesus Christ. Do you ever get tired of that music? Go talk to somebody in a retail store.
I don't think so.
Great. Genius is genius.
I don't get tired of that music. I hear it a lot.
No matter
Do you? Where do you hear it? Here.
In fact, this is actually the last Grammy Elvis won, and it was for the live recording of How Great Thou Art, which is what we were just listening to. which I know that song was something that you played at the White House when you presented Elvis
Nah, somebody played it for him. He doesn't remember that at all.
the Medal of Freedom.
That was a big day.
Yeah.
It was a great day. It was a great honor.
It was a great day. It was a great honor. I love giving them to dead people because I don't have to talk to them afterwards.
Actually,
Trust him.
thank you. We have some wonderful people outside. We have some of the biggest politicians in America outside. And when they heard about Elvis, they said, "We'll do that." Okay. How's the house doing? Good.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. It keeps the rain out, you know. It was just used in the movie. Well, I don't know if it's the real one, but in the movie or in the series Paradise. Have you watched that, guys? There's a great Graceland tie-in. It's pretty lovely.
Well, it really is. It's, Elvis, wanted to live there forever. He's really the American dream. He was really an American. He made every American feel that they could have the things that he had.
Yes, I always felt like I could have a giant white jumpsuit covered in rhinestones and my own mix of benzodiazepines and stimulants and also shitty taste in drapes. It was, yeah, I'm fucking around it or whatever.
They gave him reason, and he actually made America great.
Yeah.
He really did. He gave people reason to feel that they deserve something, regardless of where they came from, regardless of who their parents were, regardless
Yeah, you're losing him now.
of anything. He
Why would you do that?
gave them the belief
You live in this gated community. Isn't that for keeping these people out?
that they could be anything they wanted to be.
And does his music sell better today than it did during his prime?
No. No.
Actually, the estate makes more money today than it ever made while Elvis was alive, even when
Yeah, because he was snorting it, I think.
accounting for inflation. Our new epic, which you really need to see, and hopefully you can and not hit in the White House. The new Baz Luhrmann epic biography, just incredible. Broke all records for any, beat the Beatles, beat Led Zeppelin, any other music biography. So he's really as relevant or more relevant today than he's ever
You
been.
need to see it. To see all these people. These are the biggest people in the country. There's our Attorney General in case you get in trouble. Would you help out Elvis? Elvis maybe, I don't know, gets a little bit of a pass.
Yeah, hey asshole, we're not trying people of crimes posthumously. That we reserve that almost for Epstein. I think that's the other E name you're talking about. Yes, yes, Pam Bondi will help cover up the Elvis files too.
Not much. We're not allowed to give much of a pass. But he was
To what? What are you talking about? What are you saying? Give who a pass? Like that this woman is like, "Oh, I'd heard that he was slipping. I just didn't realize I would see it up front. This is shit." This reminds me of Elvis near the end, actually.
right. You're a big fan of Elvis, Pam, right?
My mother was,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, no, not really. My mom was.
Elvis loved law enforcement. He actually donated a lot of money to law enforcement.
Yes, he bribed a lot of cops to look the other way when he was bringing in his medical bag.
He wanted a badge so badly that he threatened the Shelby County sheriff that if he didn't get a badge, he'd run against them to get the badge. So he has a collection of.
You would have been tough to beat.
Yes, we have a collection of over 200 badges in our collection.
Is Elvis beatable? What do you think?
You think you can beat him? I mean, he is dead. What is going
I
on?
would say no.
Have you been here before, Mr. President, or is this your first time?
I've never been here. No, I'm a big fan of Elvis.
You've always been here, Mr. Torrance. You've always been the caretaker here.
Who isn't, right? But I think it's great. I think his music is incredible. I understood his life. His life was a little complicated, right? It was complicated. But he was terrific, sure. And he was born with a voice that he never lost, right?
Yes, exactly.
He had other difficulties, but he never lost the voice.
So that
What do you mean? He was fat? Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
And Graceland really is the fulfillment of a childhood promise one day that Elvis made to his parents to buy them a big house so that he could take care of them. And that's what Graceland represents.
Well, he loved his mom
Yes.
so much. I think the father, but he really loved his mom. And
Yes.
I think when his mom went, that was very hard for him, right?
One would think if, your mother was very important to you, that the loss of her would impact a person. I mean, I've read about that.
Very hard. And really, Graceland is probably the most positive thing that when foreigners come from all over the world, tens of millions of foreigners come to Graceland, it's what they really represent, the best of America. Because
I mean, they go to, Washington Monument and Arlington, and I'm just like, I mean, I guess it beats Dealey Plaza.
Elvis really represented the best of America.
Well, you're getting a lot of publicity today with all of these,
Yeah, you should tell him. We should charge him for that publicity.
all the fake news media here. Look at this. I mean, you ever see so much? Do you get treated? Tell me. Does
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Elvis get treated better than me? With me, it's fake news. With Elvis, it was a little fake news too.
I think in the UK we're about the same as you.
Okay.
So you have some from both. It's people want to. He was so revolutionary and so important that I think that brilliance people are afraid of.
Yeah.
And I think people who are afraid of brilliance have to lash out.
Well, it was special. Please.
We have a few more
I will say, after watching the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie, I wanted to dig up the Colonel and kill him again.
things over here I wanted to show you. So if we'll just come this way.
Good.
Yeah. So this
Time to start the tour. We have other tours coming through, asshole. Just saying. This is how we pay for this place.
is a portrait of Elvis that was done when he was in basic training in Fort Hood, Texas. And it shows you Elvis's natural
Yeah, unlike you, he served.
hair color of blonde. He was
Really?
blonde hair, blue eyes. He dyed his hair black because he thought it brought his facial features better out on film. And so he
That's what I think.
started doing that after his first movie,
Wow.
Love Me Tender.
Great.
This is actually the oldest guitar in our collection. It's a 1956 Gibson J200.
Ooh, sweet. Can we show that instead of this guy?
Elvis used it in the movies Loving You, Jailhouse Rock, and King Creole, and then used
Yes, and he played like this. He could play guitar, but in the movies, because they didn't know what they were singing, he would just it was like a Muppet.
it in Vegas in 69 and 70. And then at the top of the stairs, we have the outfit that Elvis wears at the end of the 68 comeback special when he sang the song If I Can Dream, which was especially written for the show. After the assassination of Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, Elvis felt like
Yeah, you're losing him again.
he needed to make a statement of how America could be. And so that's what If I Can Dream represents. And he ended the show wearing that outfit right there.
So he loved this place, right?
He did.
Yeah, that's that's the point she was making about the death of MLK and the song If I Can Dream, and the importance of doing it, and how much he was on the vanguard of racial integration in his own life and in his music. Anyways, back to real estate.
Yeah.
And he left his country. And yeah, everything you see in the house is original. All the furnishings, all the drapes, everything that you're seeing is original.
So don't blame us.
The chandelier above the stairs was actually taken apart here in the hallway to be reassembled because it was too large to fit through any of the doors.
Oh.
Yep. And then we're going to come this way. This would have been the master bedroom, the primary room in the house. You go ahead.
Okay, reset.
So there was always someone in here ready to make whatever Elvis.
He took a nap. He took a nap. Can I lay down? Is it all right? Can I put a new stain on there? And you could have it be like the Shroud of Turin, but just a big orange face in one of the pillows.
On it, or when any of the entourage on it.
I bet you turn on the sinks and the water just drips, drips, drips. I can fix that,
Does have the latest and greatest in technology here, including this tap-in oven, which has a hidden 4 burners underneath this. This pulls out, as well as the microwave in the corner was the first microwave sold in Memphis.
Oh.
And behind you, there's a bread warmer. But yeah, so Graceland was always full of technology at the time. This is actually Elvis's army helmet that I wanted to show you, because like every other GI, Elvis had to put his initials in. So you can see where he's put ET.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that everybody would know that this was his
Why would he put E.T. in there? Did he really like the movie? Or
helmet. So it's written all inside here. And then this blue hat
already bored?
was worn by Elvis when he came home from the army. And it also was worn on his first television appearance, which happened to
It's great quality video, by the way. Killer.
be on the Frank Sinatra special.
Oh,
So this is the invitation.
Hold on. Is this set on like yeah, on auto there we go. Get back up here. Let's go to I don't know if it's going to make it better.
Frank was hosting Elvis along with Sammy and Joey Bishop and Nancy. And what they did is
I told him, if you ever meet one of Fred Trump's kids, man, go the other way, okay? Because you'll bring around the canopies and he'll stick his tiny fingers in all of them and then say he doesn't want any. It's just horrible, man.
they told Elvis when he missed the 2 years while he was in the Army. And I know you're a huge Frank fan, and Elvis is a huge music fan. So his music collection, which contains about 5,000 records, is mainly other artists. And one of the records I pulled for you to see today is Elvis's copy of Frank Sinatra's My Way.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
good one.
It is.
That's a good song. I played that when that lady fell over at one of my rallies, and I just stood there playing music because I knew Elon Musk was going to steal it for me.
Frankfurt's another one.
Yep.
It's a piece of work.
Yeah. Elvis and Frank were friends.
Yeah, piece of work is an insult. Just for the record, it is. Nobody says, I love that guy. He's a piece of work. Like, a piece of work is like, fuck, man. Every time I shook that guy's hand, he tried to break my pinky.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. At the end of the special,
He was always drunk. He was a close, like, spit talker.
Elvis and Frank do a duet, and Frank sings "Love Me Tender," and Elvis sings "Witchcraft."
Oh,
That was kind of fun.
right.
Yeah, but
Great. I love pretending to give a shit. It's the best part of my day.
there we have a security system here that Elvis had added to the property, so he could actually see all the comings and goings around the house. And Lisa would say when the cameras would come on and the red light would come on, she could run and hide because she knew she was in trouble.
But he was just comfortable here.
Yeah, very. This
He was very comfortable. He liked this place. So he loved this house. So it's about the house or whatever. So if I went back to the White House and then just used federal emergency powers and seized it, bulldozed it, and built a Trump, Elvis, Graceland, Trump land, we'll leave the Elvis part out. He probably wouldn't have liked it anyways. That would be okay with you?
was his home. This, no matter where he lived,
He always came back there.
always came back to Memphis. And whenever he talked about Memphis, it was always home. And that's what this record
No,
is.
that's right.
Yep.
And now it's safe again.
Yep.
You used to not even have tours here. People would run up, they'd shoot you, take your peanut butter banana sandwich, and your fake Elvis wig that you could buy in the gift shop, and
That's
they
great.
steal the rhinestones right off your jumpsuit.
So our next up, and this is a staircase that Elvis would come down to the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah, so when he would come downstairs, he really
Less and less.
would come down the main stairs. That's really formal for him. He would normally come down these stairs here into the kitchen.
it's sort of like, there was something.
He was something. He did things. He lived here. This is where he lived, and he was comfortable here. He did like those are stairs. Fuck me. I gotta say, I'm enjoying this just a little too much because this is torture for him. The idea that anyone else is important to other people or is more important than him, or that will be remembered more fondly by more people, which is guaranteed.
It was something. Nobody.
Pam is there because they did this like safe streets bullshit about Memphis like gathering, and then they all went to Graceland after.
So now we're going to the basement. Watch your step, please.
Okay.
There's lots of mirrors. The mirrors line here.
Okay. One gone.
Cut to
So when Elvis
this is where Elvis did his podcast.
bought Graceland, this set of stairs would have led to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a patio area.
Expanded it.
Yeah, they don't show Trump going downstairs at this point.
Yes.
I hope they checked the silverware after they left. Was Eric
So
there?
this room was added to the house in 1964. And it's
And it looks like it.
really, Elvis just called it his den. But when the press first saw it, they nicknamed it the Jungle Room for obvious reasons. The furniture is all hand-carved white pine wood, and
By Morris Day, actually. He was the
it
stylist.
was made by a company called Whitco. And Elvis loved Hawaii, and his dad had said that he had seen the most awful furniture he'd ever seen. And so Elvis goes shopping that night and buys the entire set. And this is what it was. But Elvis liked it because it did remind him of Hawaii.
Yeah, he did well.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah. My wife made me go to this. This is probably the most real life moment he has ever had. Touring a place he's not that interested in, and the tour has started and you can't get off. This is it.
With Hawaii.
And if you look up, you'll notice there's carpet on the ceiling, a 70s decorating trend that made this room acoustically sound.
Yeah, before his time.
And Elvis
He was way
actually,
before his time. Okay,
he really was.
No, he was exactly at his time. Carpet on the ceiling didn't catch on, silly. It was very 70s and it stopped there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Carpet on the ceiling.
And Elvis
Yeah. Carpet on the ceiling. Yes, that's what she just said. That's what's up there. Good. Okay, so person, woman, man, camera, carpet on the ceiling. We got
actually
it.
used this room for recording.
He's going to count this as another cognitive test. This is so fucking weak.
He recorded 2 albums from Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee, and 6 songs from his last album in this room. And he would normally stand over there on.
Is it too much that I swear to God, I wish we had a president at some point beyond him anyways, that if they came to Graceland and was like, do you mind if I play the guitar? It's there. Do you mind if I play something on it? And then they actually played an Elvis song out of respect because they knew they were coming and they figured it out quickly because it's not that hard.
That platform, that was kind of his stage. And then the band and all the singers and everybody would be here in the room while they were recording. Yeah, one of the songs he recorded here is a song called Hurt, and another one was Unchained Melody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's a stereo system, and Elvis's karate nickname was Tiger. And so,
And she loves Elvis.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, we get the general idea. She's also an employee of the space. She didn't just memorize this and then show up one day and go, I know everything about Elvis. Can I just walk around? She loves Elvis. That we can settle that. Is that what we're trying to settle? Can I get the fuck out of here now, please?
Well, she couldn't do what she does well, right? She's doing great.
Yeah.
How long have you worked with?
36 years.
What?
Mhm.
Whoa.
What?
We have people come from high school. We actually had some of your people who actually wanted to give us applications. They wanted to come to Graceland. So
Yes. Mhm.
it's an amazing place.
36 years. And he's been here a long time.
Yep.
He's been, right?
I've been, I've been developing
They've been there as long as you feel like you've been there right now.
it. When I got here.
From a young man.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
when he was a young man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
So-
we all love Elvis. Me.
Oh. 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 Like, you thought it was bad when JD Vance tries to pretend to human. God damn.
Yeah, loves Elvis. It's a little different for you guys, right? You know, we're very political.
Mm. This is so fucking cringe.
Not here.
And
Not here,
Fun.
but not
And
here.
Elvis
Everyone
was not
loves Elvis.
political.
Yeah.
Well,
everyone
I think he
loves
was political, but he kept it.
He kept it to himself. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He believed, he felt very strongly in the office. He respected the office.
As the
He
president.
respected law enforcement.
Yeah, he would have even let you in there.
And that should be something that should be universal.
Yes, no matter who. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any questions about Elvis, media? You like to have for
No, they've seen the movie. They know who he is. They'll take most of the media down there are on assignment from if they're not with the press pool, they're from Memphis.
songs there of Elvis's. But she just mentioned one of them, Hurt. Hurt's great, right?
Yeah, it's great. How's that one go
It
again?
is. It is very good.
He's got so many.
He does. He's got so many. He's got Hurt, and he's got Hurt, and then there's
There's very few I don't like.
oh yeah? Which ones do you hate? because those are the ones you can remember the easiest, right? I remember songs I hate more than songs I like sometimes. You're like, oh, what's that name of that song I like by Blindside? Damn it, what was that song? And I was kicking my ass the other day because I was like, uh, "Pitiful" by Blindside. I love it, but I couldn't remember the song. And I'm like, but songs you hate, you're like, ooh.
Well, and
He's got,
how great thou art.
Yeah, just keep giving them answers. Help them out there.
every one of them is.
Every one of them. I love all of the songs. I love them almost as much as my favorite Bible verse, which is so good. There's or my favorite book in the Bible, which is one of the bigger, obviously bigger books in the Bible. And
He made nothing. He did nothing bad.
No.
when you can't remember anything,
Elvis loved his gospel above all. Gospel was his favorite music.
What was his biggest selling song? What
tell me what his biggest song was. The most, because that's the one I'm supposed to know is the big one, and I don't know it. What was that one with the I think there was some dancing involved, perhaps a big outfit or perhaps a small outfit. Remember one with stripes, I think, or something?
was his most successful song?
It's
With-
Now or Never.
Oh, really?
That's one sold the most. Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say the best, but that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Mhm.
What the fuck? Who cares what you think? Jesus Christ. That wasn't his best song. It was. You now disagree with the most Elvis fans. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
what would you think is his best then? If you have a strong opinion about that song, then how about you pick one out?
All good.
Uh-huh.
They were all good, but that was not as good as people think it is. 'Cause so say
I
I.
also have a few pieces here. So this, this is Elvis's Social Security card that we found in his wallet. So the gold medal Social Security cards were not officially issued by the government, but they were a novelty item that you could actually buy then, because the paper ones that people would carry around with them would get messed up. And so this was Elvis's.
Good idea. Maybe we should do that again.
And
Great. We're all gonna get a gold Trump card. Fuck me. They're gonna go right back. Somebody made a note. Oh God.
then
Not a bit like a gold.
There might be a Mark of the Beast thing about that now. I've been converted.
yeah, and then this is his bedside phone. It actually is gold plated.
I would like to hear some of those conversations. Right?
Well, as you can see, it's
They would like to hear that.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're good. He was talking about the chicks he bald.
It's very
They're like him talking to his dealer and the cops on the same line. That's crazy.
well worn.
Oh yeah.
And it's been through the ringer. It has its little dings on it. But then this is actually the belt that Elvis got for shattering all the city's attendance records in Las Vegas. The belt buckle is sterling silver with diamonds, rubies, and sapphires in it. And he most notably
Bored.
wore this not only on and off stage, but he wore it in the Oval Office when he met President Nixon.
That's a very famous visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, because it was in the Oval Office, and I just heard about it. And everybody knows about that. What do you know about it? Tell me about it.
Yep. And this guitar that you see here, this is actually a replica of
Do you know what the word replica means? That's an interesting brand. They sell a lot. Is that a big brand? Replica?
guitar that Elvis used in his 1973 Aloha from Hawaii concert. And I was wanting to know if you would sign it for us.
Oh,
to keep for the
sure.
archive.
Oh, sure. I thought you were going to ask me to play it.
Wow,
So
that's
you can sit here if you
a
like.
big honor.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, this will be for the archive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll go right next to Bernie Madoff and
There's a marker.
the guys from Enron when they came,
Go to me. What do you want me to sign that here?
You can sign it right
and Nixon.
here if you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great honor. Older. Has anyone tested this pen yet?
I think you're the first.
Should we just
Right
give
there.
me a piece of paper just to make sure
Guy's a pro. He signs his name on a lot of shit.
at what level the ink is,
Yeah.
right? It's a lot easier to do that way than ruin the guitar.
Exactly.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, I give it a 6.
I'll shoot it. Rolling everybody. Let's see.
D. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Giant J for some reason. P.
Whoa, that came out good. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like it's you do it all the time.
that looks nice.
Wow. You never know. These are hard to sign. But that came out pretty good.
Is that the first guitar you signed?
Just about.
No is the answer. Just about is a no.
Now, Biden couldn't do this.
Yeah, he could. Fuck off.
He'd have to send it out. Pretty shy. Look at that. It came out nice. What a beautiful guitar.
I'm so good at writing my name.
Is this so?
It's a replica. It's not the actual one. They wouldn't let you sign the real one. They bring out replicas and have people sign them. Asshole.
Did he play this guitar?
No, he did not play this guitar. It's a replica.
No, this is a replica one, but this is a replica of the one that he did play.
Yeah.
And the one that had the karate patch on it. Elvis had 2 8th degree black belts in karate. One was in Kento, and that's what this
Was
patch
he
is
really
for.
good, or was it just?
Actually, he was really good.
Okay.
He started
Could
practicing.
I have taken him in a fight?
No.
I don't know, you might.
I think he would have been respectful enough to let you in.
Yes, he probably would.
But he and Bruce Lee really brought
Really?
karate. Yeah. He would have been. But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate to the West.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yep.
It's very old.
I've seen, I know those names. They say words, and I nod.
Bruce Lee was pretty good, right?
Yeah. I don't know. He's pretty good, I guess. I don't know. I don't really, it's a shame he never made, a classic movie or, some philosophy defining books or created his own martial art.
You having a
It's
good
pretty good.
time, media, everybody?
Do you like Bruce Lee? Is he a thing? Is that Elvis? Do you think Elvis gonna kick my ass? Yes. Yes, Elvis could have kicked your ass. He was a redneck, you dumb fuck.
It's a little bit different, yeah.
People make pilgrimages here from all around the world.
Yeah.
Would you imagine someday in the very distant future, people making a similar pilgrimage to Mar-a-Lago?
Well, I don't know. It's
No, it's gonna get bulldozed.
something I could never say. Wouldn't it be terrible if it was, oh yes, so yes, headlines, Trump, no, whatever, whatever. That's a special place too. And she said,
Jesus Christ. And so the end is near.
in terms of people going to places.
Yes, tell us about Tell us. People going to places.
These are big, successful places, but
Yes, as places people go, this is one of the big places that people do go when they're going someplace that's a place, yeah.
this is all I know is, I know that all my life I've heard about Graceland.
That's all you know? Your whole life, people have just said the word and you've heard it around
I've watched
and here you are. You made it just in time.
Elvis, surprisingly, because I was around with Elvis, sort of in his semi-prime at least, right? And
Yeah.
In his semi-prime. He got a little fat at the end. He was a little sweaty.
for some reason, I didn't know him, but I knew just about everybody else.
I didn't know Elvis, but of the 9 billion people on the planet currently, I knew most of the rest of them. Put that on my tombstone.
All of them. But I don't know why with Elvis. He was a little bit locked into Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, he was in Vegas a lot.
But he was a very special guy. Everybody said what a good person. Yeah, he was just a good person with a complicated life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hoping that people will turd polish your legacy as well, I guess.
On the planet, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most famous person on the planet. Let's
Ouch.
see. Who else would be more famous than Elvis? Nobody that I can think of.
Well, it's the most famous person who didn't order a preemptive strike on a country that was nowhere near a nuclear weapon, for example. Like as someone who just gave good and basically took almost nothing.
See? Anyway, but
You're right. I mean, people obviously Genghis Khan leaps to mind. Hitler, sure.
this is fun. And I want to thank you all. This is great. We appreciate it.
And I have to change my diaper, and I understand there's a diaper changing room here.
And hopefully you're going to get a lot of
Gropeland. That's what Mar-a-Lago is. We'll call it Gropeland from now on. That's awesome.
additional fans coming out here because it's interesting to see. You learn about his personality, about Elvis's personality by seeing
You do?
the way he lived. And I heard that he just wanted to be back here. He didn't want to be anywhere. He could have been anywhere. He could have been.
He wanted to travel the world, and his owner wouldn't let him. He wanted to do a lot. It was just, this was home. Fuck off.
I'll name some nice fancy places like Palm Beach. He
Sorry, Palm Beach is a dump.
could have been anywhere.
Bless your heart, but I mean, it's a retirement community. It's a bunch of fucking golf, and it's close to the airport. Simmer down.
He wanted to be, but he wanted to be here.
Yes.
His home.
And he was a special guy. Thank you very much.
Thank you for visiting us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. He's got to walk up some stairs now, so. Oof. Sorry. I missed that one. That's rough. Wait 1 second. That backdoored on us right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a massive drive-by nunting. I'm sorry. I didn't, I think it was the camera angle earlier, and I'm slipping. I apologize, and it won't happen again. That is, yikes.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Press.
Oh, and he farted right at the end. He saved it for the end. Anytime he yanks his jacket, he farts. So.
This way, guys. Right this way.
So it was Graceland. I've heard about it. I've been there. Got the t-shirt. Can we get the fuck out of here, please? Everybody loves Elvis. You work. I can't help you. You work with Elvis Presley. Yes, I do. Nobody wants to hear anything, asshole. Just keep stepping.
What did you say, President Trump?
Mr. President, why does it take you so much concentration to walk down 2 steps? Yes, here comes the poetic part.
And I think
Elvis Presley is history. He's dead, yeah.
really nice. But it really is. It's beyond music. So I found it very interesting.
It's beyond music, so I found it very interesting. Because I have a weird fucked up taste in music, and it's mostly like I'm hearing it with other people's ears.
Thank you.
And that's it. There you go. That's we love Elvis. I love Elvis. Tell me about him. I got to tell you that, like, thank God he doesn't do more of those, because it's good Lord. Is this the
President Trump?
Oh, and this is yeah.
Now arriving at Greece.
Hold on.
Like in DC.
Yeah, this is the Fox News alert on it. It was ridiculousness, and then they stand around and there's the whole thing, and then I think they fast forward to, there might have been another piece of this that went that way, and then they go down, and then they cut away. No, okay, they didn't go with him anywhere. They just their pool reporter was there. Okay, so this is him gaggling on his. I think yesterday when they were flying him last night.
Morning, Mr. President.
You want to get out of the sun here?
Let me just move over. Can we move over? Let's get out of the sun.
Yeah, fucking Florida, am I right? Yeah, let's get out of the sun and closer to the engine. That way the audio will be better. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, stand next to the engine. There you go. Is that helping the mics? Fuck me.
That's better. Isn't that more comfortable?
Yeah, try 8 steps back and 3 to your right.
Mr. President.
Sorry. I'd like to stand next to a chipper shredder, but
Iran's foreign ministry says you're not telling
look at that, Terry. Thank you so much. It said to the stars on Facebook. Look at that.
the truth when it comes to productive conversations to end the
Well,
war.
they're going to have to get themselves better public relations people.
Just farted again.
We have had very, very strong talks. We'll see where they lead. We have major points of agreement. I would say almost all points of agreement.
Again, this is, by the way, this is about Iran apparently, and that they've been negotiating and that they have a lot of points of agreement. No, they fucking don't. Like, they're literally not talking to any of the people that are actually in charge at all. They don't even know who can negotiate on behalf of the country that they can actually speak to right now. It's ridiculous. Like, no, it's not going very well. Maybe he's just recycling talking points from Russia, Ukraine.
Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed in communication.
We got a lot of agreement. Perhaps that hasn't been conveyed. Perhaps we haven't given all the points of agreement that we believe in to them, and the points that they would agree with us, we just haven't heard them yet.
As you know, it's been blown to pieces. They're unable to talk to each other.
As you know, it's been blown to pieces. That's one of the points of agreement. We agree that places in Iran have been blown to pieces. Yes, one of the points is.
But we've had very strong talks. Mr. Witkoff and Mr. Kushner had them. They went, I would say, perfectly.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's basically, they're agreeing. Basically, we're going to split the Strait of Hormuz, and it's peace now. Peace in the Middle East. Everlasting peace. We've got it again. We had it before, and it stopped a little while. It was like a pause in the everlasting peace. And then we're going to
say that if they...
I know. It hasn't. The points we agree with and the points that they agree with have not been conveyed to either side.
Carry through with that, it'll end that problem, that conflict, and I think it'll end it very, very substantially.
You'll end it very, very substantially, which means nothing.
We have very much in mind.
We do have very much in mind. I agree.
Partners in the Middle East. We've had great relationships with a lot of them, as you know. A lot of them were surprisingly hit, and I was surprised to see it, and so was everyone else. But
no one was surprised. We have bases in all of those countries, and I mean, on a religious level, they're their mortal enemies. Sunni versus Shia. You might want to, I don't know. Remember the Iraq thing? Remember the concern about that was that the Sunni side of it was actually the least of our worries, and that the Shia part was the thing, and then it's why. All right.
We have they're very much in mind, and
they are very much in mind. What? Why do you keep saying that? That doesn't actually mean anything.
So is everyone else, but we have they're very much in mind. And
we do have very much in mind, yeah.
Discussions. So the discussions took place yesterday. They went into yesterday evening. They
our time or Iran time?
Want very much to make a deal. We'd like to make a deal too. We're going to get together today by probably phone because it's very hard to find a country. It's very hard for them to get out.
Or we'll kill them. Yeah. It's a little hard to because usually they'd try helicopter. I think.
Yes, but we'll.
I guess. Wait, did he just say I guess?
Hard find a country. It's very hard for them to get out. I guess.
What would make you think that? The surface-to-air missiles, or?
But we'll at some point very, very soon meet.
We will at some point very soon meet. Thank you, Yoda.
5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Oh my God. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out. It's, bombing other countries, it's the apple of my eye. It's like Putin feels about Ukraine. It's just something I can't get off my mind. It's just bombing our little hearts out. Thank you, Glenda. Uh,
The top,
who are you talking about?
the top person. Don't forget, we've wiped out the leadership.
The top person. What would their name be? Might be important. I don't know. I mean, did Steve tell you the top person that's still alive's name? I mean, I will give you credit for not being able to pronounce it. So but I don't think you actually know it. So
Phase 1, phase 2, and
yeah, we got phases, just like Gaza. That went well. There's nothing going on in Gaza right now. That's basically peace in the Middle East forever. Nobody's getting bombed there. It's over. We're in phase 1.8 beta.
largely phase 3. But we're dealing with a man who I believe is the most respected and the leader. It's a little tough. They've wiped out everybody.
Holy shit. Well, I don't know, the top guy, whoever the top guy is after the last top guy we killed, and we'll probably kill this guy too. So we have to keep starting over.
No, not the Supreme Leader.
The top guy, but not the Supreme Leader. I mean, Supreme Leader kind of gives you the feeling that he might be, I don't know, the top guy. Otherwise, they wouldn't.
We don't. Well, nobody heard of the second Supreme Leader, the son. We have not heard from the son. Every once in a while you see a statement made, but we have not. We don't know if he's living. But the people that seem to be running it, and they seem that based on really fact, because things they've said have taken place.
You mean like sunrise and sunset? Sorry, what number are you calling? What number do you think you're calling? Yeah, I'll be here at 5. Why? Okay. They're going to call back at 5. Ring. Hello? Yes, I said I would be here and I am. Mm-hmm. No, this is a full... I am the top guy at this falafel... What? No, at this... I mean, I'm running a restaurant. Yes, I'm the top guy at this... No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not... Sure. No, the assistant manager went home.
Again.
Fucking...
Mr. President, I don't want him to be killed. Okay? I don't want to...
Sorry, what? You don't want to say who the top guy is that you're talking to because you don't want him to be murdered, but he apparently is in charge. But if you let people know he's in charge, his own people will kill him, so he won't be in charge anymore. So I guess that means he's not really in charge, or did they draw straws? What? How do you... This is so mind-bendingly absurd. All of this is just... I mean, to quote Carl from Caddyshack, I have to laugh.
Mr. President, nobody wants to be that. Nobody wants that job right now,
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to you? Is that what you mean?
Nobody's exactly looking forward to being the head of that particular country, but perhaps we'll be able to solve that problem. Mr. President.
Why? By installing someone? I'm sure that person will be perfectly safe.
You've deployed ICE agents to American airports. Who are you with? Newsmax, sir. You've deployed...
Why are you asking me about ICE agents at airports? You're with Newsmax? Fuck. Now I gotta act like you're a friend.
You're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, that's right. You're not doing a very Newsmax job over there, buddy. It's an ironic title.
You deployed ICE agents. You're not doing a good job. Did you hear me? Okay, go ahead.
What the fuck does that mean? He's just asking you about ICE agents. He was probably going to kiss your ass after.
You believe it? I'm taking CNN over Newsmax.
What exactly are you looking for in these talks, Mr. President?
Yeah, but it's a woman, and she's more attractive to look at, I guess, and isn't standing as close to the fucking engine.
We're looking for all of the things that we've been talking about.
Okay, I need to hear the lead up.
We're looking for all of the things that we've been talking about. We want to see no nuclear bomb, no nuclear weapon, not even close to it.
Yeah, there was a fatwa against it for years. They weren't intending to have one. They didn't have one. That's done. All right. So you can get out now. Is that it?
Low key on the missiles. We want to
Low key on the missiles. We want them to dial down missile to, to a mortar level.
see peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's, can I see that map again?
We want the nuclear dust. We're going to want that.
The nuclear dust. We're gonna want that. I don't know. Fucking call Colin Powell's estate. Maybe he's got a little fucking vial of it sitting around someplace. The nuclear dust. We're gonna want that.
And I think we're going to get that. We've agreed to that. Yeah, we've agreed to that.
You want the
You've agreed to it. Have they agreed to it? They're the ones with the nuclear dust.
uranium before we can end this.
And we want no enrichment, but we also want the enriched uranium. If this happens,
Does it have to be solid, or are you forcing them to like cut it with, baby laxative so you can snort it?
it's a great start for Iran to build itself back, and it's everything that we want. And it's also great for Israel, and it's great for the other Middle Eastern countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, all of them.
Yeah, they're kind of fucked right now. Qatar just put like 40 of their planes in dry dock and in storage in Europe so that they don't get destroyed.
Kuwait and Bahrain in particular, so it's great for all of them.
All the ones that have given you money, you mean?
The war is ending. Do you still need $200 billion?
It's always nice to have.
Yeah, it's nice to have $200 billion when you're bombing a country. We don't need it, but it'd be good to have it there because some of it goes missing, and if some of it ended up, I don't know, becoming the foundation of another arm of World Liberty Financial, it's just, it's for national security. It's all I can tell you.
It's always nice to have. It's a very
Yes, I agree. It would be nice to have $200 billion. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Also, you Venmo me $6.66 so that I can buy 666 Fifth Avenue and rename it.
inflamed world, and the Democrats inflame it.
The Democrats inflamed it. Yes, I know. I'm so mad at Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders for calling Trump and forcing him into this war. He did not want to go, but they said, Klaatu, Verata, Nikto, and he just thought the Diet Coke button was a launch button. And
Actually, the Democrats inflame it. And let me just talk about the others. So ISIS
yeah, tell us about
has
it.
done very well. I've requested. Now, I'm a big believer that they should be able to wear masks when they go and hunt down, murderers, criminals, and others. But for purposes of the airport,
Yeah, for purposes of the airport, you can buy those outfits on eBay. So
requested that they take off the mask. I don't like it for the airport, and I believe they are willing to do that.
Why do I wear a mask?
well, it's given order. They can be ordered to do it.
Not at the airport, but they need to do it when they're out in the
Because the people coming into the airport, typically speaking, aren't murderers, killers, drug dealers,
Typically, yeah, those people drive, take buses mostly.
etc.
Yeah, Greyhound. I mean, they don't check ID.
There may be a few of them, but there aren't many. They're
How many are there? I want to know because I fly a lot. I would like to know. 6?
people that want to come into the country, or that people want to leave the country, going to maybe their home country. So I didn't think it was an
Or maybe they're from here and they want to go to another country. I know that seems insane.
appropriate look for an airport. I think it's a very
That's the problem with foreign countries. They're full of foreigners. So, ugh, right?
appropriate look when they're out on the street, trying to find one of the 11,888 murderers that Sleepy Joe Biden let into our country.
Oh, those are the ones that were already in jail. That's why you know the exact number, and it's over the course of 2 decades, the 11,888, which was 895 a couple of times. And
Last year you gave a $10,000 bonus. Sorry. Last year you gave a $10,000 bonus to Tuesday workers who kept showing up to work during the shutdown. Will you do that again?
Well, it could happen. It's amazing. There's there are people that are really, really loyal and great, and it's not easy for them. And this is all caused by the Democrats. It's just so you know, all this money was approved. Everything was approved. This is done. The Democrats went in, and they want to have radical left lunatics come into our country. They want to.
Well, no, we just want when a military force from the federal government is patrolling the streets that they wear body cams and show their faces and all that stuff because this is fucking America.
Drug dealers. They want to have murderers come into our country.
No, we really don't. No, because Obama and Biden both deported more of those than you did.
They want
And by the way, 0 5-year-olds with cancer, I might
to
add.
have open borders, and we're not letting it happen. That's what this is all about. They don't want voter ID. They don't want proof of citizenship.
Well, no, you have to prove that you're a citizen and sign an affidavit to that when you get your driver's license and when you get your register to vote. So no, we're fine as long as the federal government pays for everybody that's a citizen to have an ID that lets you know that they have and you can't take it away. Then cool. But if you're going to charge people $117 to get a fucking passport and $20 plus to get a state ID or a federal ID or I guess a driver's license or what have you in every different state, that's a poll tax, fuckwad. And we don't charge people for a right that they have because of the Constitution. So we don't. This is not an exclusive club.
They want mail-in ballots. They're so corrupt. What they want, the only thing they want is mail-in ballots.
No. Believe me, we're going to show up in person. The mail-in ballots thing is you living in COVID when you thought it was no big deal.
So we also added, as you know, into the Save America Act, and it's called Save America. It's not the Save Act, but we added no transgender mutilization of our children, and no
mutilation. Mutilation is the word. It's not mutilization. It's mutilation. There's already a word. Mutilation. It's been around for a long time. Yeah. Mutilization. Mutilation. Mutilation of people. The people are mutilated. That's what happens. They're not mutilizated.
men in women's sports.
Yeah, why is that in the Save America Act? Why is that in a voter bill? Why is that? Why can't you have how about a standalone voter ID bill that provides everyone with either a tax break or a free ID in their state? All they have to do is prove that they're a citizen and they can get a free ID and the federal government will pay for it. Look, I fucking fixed it. How about that? By the way, chat room, is what I'm saying that strange? Is that real quick? That if you want voter ID, because voting is a right, not a privilege, everyone should have an ID provided by the government that proves they can vote. If you're going to require it for a right, it should be free. And the federal government should supply it to you. That way, if you're in a state and you've moved and you whatever, you can still use it and it will be registered. You register to vote and it goes with that ID. And so you don't need to change it when you move states. You don't have to get a new ID when you move to another state because this is your registration ID, right? This is your U.S. citizen ID. Why is that? It's solved. Fucking solved. It's not a poll tax. It's not anything you can. It could be you can use it for banks and travel and all that kind of stuff. How fucking hard is this?
I don't think he's going to be a Newsmax well.
Fuck you.
Well, and you ceasefire difficult to land. Do you believe Israel would abide by that agreement?
I think Israel will be very happy with what we have. We just spoke to Israel a little while ago.
Really? Via loudspeaker?
I think they'll be very happy. This will be peace for Israel.
Totally. Yeah. Zero blowback, baby.
Long-term peace. Guaranteed peace. If this happens, I can't guarantee it, but I think it's going to. My life is a deal. That's all I do is deals.
Based on what? What, 6, 8 bankruptcies? Your fraud convictions?
Whole life. I think this is something that's going to happen. And why?
Well, I think what he means is he's signed a lot of NDAs over the years, so that I would, okay. So the number of NDAs he signed with victims, for example, over the decades, yeah, that would qualify. Those are deals, right? Just by the number, that'll get his numbers up, even if he's got a few few piles of shit in business. He's got a lot of those. So
Why wouldn't it happen? So
yeah, buying off a victim and having them agree to a certain amount of money and to keep quiet, sure.
tomorrow morning sometime, their time, we were expected to blow up their largest electric generating plants that cost over $10 billion to build.
Right, and they said if you do that, we're going to blow up oil fields and electrical generating facilities and desalination plants, and you chickened out. Taco. Hold on, because I think it was clearly if I'm not mistaken.
Raise your taco, take a bite. Trump always chickens out, so it's gonna be alright. Raise your taco, take a bite. Trump always chickens out, so it's gonna be alright. Taco, taco.
Yeah, he tacoed again.
It's a very good one. There was no dearth of money. And one shot, it's gone. It collapses. Why would they want that?
Because their reward is on the other side of the veil, and when they shuffle off this mortal coil, they will be rewarded in heaven by the prophet. Stop me if I'm getting too technical.
So they called. I didn't call. They called. They want to make a deal.
No, yeah. Here's the deal. You blow that up, and we fuck up Saudi Arabia and UAE. We blow the shit out of Dubai, and you have a ton of money invested there. And Kushner's sovereign wealth fund goes poof in an afternoon.
And we are very willing to make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. And it's got to be no more wars, no more nuclear weapons. They're not going to have nuclear weapons anymore. They're agreeing to that.
They never did have one.
Any of that stuff, there's no
They agreed to not have one during Obama.
deal.
Oh, by the way, after this, we went right back to bombing civilian infrastructure. So I guess the deal didn't work out.
You said you're going to get the enriched uranium. How are you going to get the enriched
Well,
uranium? Are you going to send
it's very easy. If we have a deal with them, we're going down and we'll take it ourselves.
Right. So we'll make a deal with them. They'll let us in, and we'll take it out and by ourselves. And they totally won't attack us when it happens.
The Treasury lifted sanctions on Iranian oil that was out to sea. You criticize President Obama for giving Iran $1.7 billion.
Well, I just want to have as much oil in the system as possible.
Right. You don't give a fuck who gets money from it. Obviously, if Putin can fund his war, or these guys can use that money to kill our troops, it's really just about the volume of oil, because it's the price at the pump matters more than our troops' lives, I guess.
And we don't even know if Iran gets that money. Frankly, I think it's very hard for them to get it.
Why? You think they have to? They're too afraid to go out and check the mail and see if the check has arrived?
If you have ships that are out there that are loaded up with oil, rather than keep it there, I would rather see it go to the system. Any small amount of money that Iran gets is not going to have any difference in this war.
Yeah, it's like $4 billion.
But I want to have the system be
Two more rounds of this, like another 3 weeks of it or whatever. They could have enough money to rebuild that plant you're going to blow up, I guess.
lubricated.
What? Sorry. Why would you look right in this woman's face and say lubricated? You cretin.
Have the system be lubricated.
I see. So he thinks oil is what keeps the engine of the economy going, literally. He's worried that if there isn't enough oil in the system, the money system will seize up.
Even $14 billion something else.
Where's the $14 billion?
Because the inflated price, they get $14 billion from the...
I don't think they're getting the money.
You don't think so? Do you know they're not getting the money? Do you know how they get money? Do you think maybe it's going to Russia where you don't give a fuck and bounces right back to them?
I can tell you, when this is all over, I will tell you who's getting the money.
Us. But I'll tell you, it's probably
Why
me.
are you sending the Marines from California, given that it'll take them weeks to arrive? Is the intention to police the strait or take off?
What are you doing?
Well, it's been reported that there are Marines that left California, left San Diego last week. Why are they headed there now?
Well, let me ask you this. If you were in my position and I asked you that question, do you really believe I'd give you that? It's a crazy question.
Hey, asshole, they can see where they go. They're going to arrive. We're going to know. We know they left, and we know where they're going. And we know, like, the idea that they're going to stay or they're going to be like, no, we don't need troops on the answer is quite simply, we don't need troops on the ground. We're doing just fine. What we're doing there is just support structure because it's a big undertaking, and that's it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
We don't talk about strategy. Yeah?
You don't have one. That's why you don't talk about it.
Yeah, let in by Biden. It's devastating. These people were let in by Biden. We're getting them out. We're getting them out fast. That's why ICE is so important. They're doing such a good job.
She's referencing someone who I suppose was killed by an immigrant, and yeah.
This animal. I saw the whole thing last night. They gave me a briefing. Came in through.
Sorry.
Joe Biden with his open door policy and his border czar Kamala, who never saw the border. Never.
Okay. Again, he got a briefing last night. He knows all about it. This guy was let in during Biden and all that. But who are you negotiating with in Iran? You got a briefing last night on this. Did they brief you on who you're negotiating with in the war we're conducting in the Middle East?
I made one phone call. All the ICE people, you see, they all know me. Everyone knows me. They like me. I speak to them all the time. Didn't make one phone call during 4 years. She was the border czar.
She wasn't the border czar.
Anybody on the border. Never went there. This person.
Sorry, what's she supposed to learn? You don't think we have aerial views or details coming back about the people there? You think you have to go down there and smell it? Like you sent Kash Patel to Charlie Kirk's murder scene to lick rocks and see if he could taste which way the killer went?
Came in through the open door policy of Joe Biden. And we have others. We're taking them out by the tens of thousands.
No, you're not. You're under Biden's numbers and Obama's numbers.
We're doing a great job, but
we're doing a great job.
This is some bullshit. We see through it.
Fantastic.
it's a shame. They've hurt our country. Just remember this. Joe Biden and that gang of radical left lunatics, some very smart but radical left and bad ideology, sick people. These people have hurt our country very badly.
Yeah, not you. This economy is their fault. This war is their fault. They made me listen to Benjamin Netanyahu. You know how they kind of did. Look, I kind of blame Harris a little bit for this because she didn't want to talk to Netanyahu, certainly in private. She was very hostile to him. Biden hung up on him several times and told him to get fucked. And Trump heard that. And because he just has to automatically, gainsay or go against anything that, the Democrats do, that meant he had to listen to Netanyahu. And that meant he had to be friends with him and suck up to him. You know what I mean? It's almost like Obama caused this by making a deal with the Iranians. He's got to do the exact opposite, which is, of course, start a war in Iran. You see, it is Obama's fault. Thanks, Obama. That's the question. This is the disgust pursing of the lips thing that we hear from the body language experts all the time. How is what you're doing in Iran different? All the talking points are the same. The actions are the same. The pretend negotiations are the same. How is this different from what Russia's doing to Ukraine?
Well, I think it's a lot different. And if you look at the nuclear weapons that they wanted to have, that they wanted to possess.
that they wanted to have. So we've had wars for oil, but now we're having a war for want. Don't even think about it, literally.
A lot of things are different. I'm not a fan of what Russia's doing either, just so you
Yeah, you kind of are.
understand, all right? But it's a lot different. You're talking about a country that has been evil for 47 years. They've
Yeah, that's what Putin says about Ukraine. Well, since 91.
been horrible. Death all over the world, not just us. Look at the way they attacked unexpectedly all of those countries
Not unexpectedly.
surrounding them.
You mean unexpectedly attacked all those countries we have bases in? Which is why you said we went in, because Israel was going to go first, and if they attacked, then Iran was going to retaliate by hitting our bases. So we had to attack preemptively, defensively.
It was not supposed to. Nobody was even thinking about it.
Look, just because everyone around you was hired by an asshole doesn't mean the rest of us are equally as dumb.
But they wanted to take over the Middle East, and they wanted to knock out Israel permanently. If they had a nuclear weapon, they would have been able to.
Are we the president talking to Iran?
And they didn't, for the record.
Look, I'm not a fan of the guy. If you look at, and you never cover this, if you look at his truths or whatever he went on,
Oh, this is Joe Can, I think.
if you look at his truths or his statements, he was all for everything. All of a sudden, he wasn't.
Yeah, it's weird that he was all for the last war in Iran being over quickly, and like, okay, fine, all right, I'll stay a team player and I'll salute this flag because it went up and it's done, and we're done, right? We're not doing this again. And then here we are, and suddenly he's all pissed.
He was a man that I met at
I barely knew him. He's kind of a Democrat. Only got me coffee.
Dover. He came and his wife was killed.
Yeah.
He remarried fairly quickly.
Fuck you. His wife was killed, but he wasn't apparently that broke up because he got remarried very quickly.
His wife was killed, and I felt badly for him. He ran for Congress, he lost. He ran for Congress again, and he lost.
I said, he's the kind of loser I want to hire.
You know?
Here's a guy, he sounds like he's on the team. Wife dies, immediately has a new wife, runs for office and loses. This is the guy. I want to put him in charge of the counterterrorism center.
He's a guy, nice guy, seemed like a very nice guy. I met him, he was pretty heartbroken. But I said, you know,
Sorry, you gave him the job because he was upset?
it's a shame. He ran for Congress twice. Call him up, give him a job in the White House. Smart. He gave him a job in the White House, and this is what he does to me.
Okay, I needed that one. I needed that. I needed to just, yeah. What? Sorry. What, are we supposed to give you sympathy because you can't vet for shit? And I accidentally hired somebody who apparently, he seemed like a guy who doesn't really give a shit. Who's just all about his own legacy and his own title. I was like, this is a guy I can deal with. And then he goes and actually does something of principle. What the fuck?
You know?
No, I don't know. I do not know. You hired him. It is no one's problem but yours. Stack him up there with fucking Chris Ray and Bill Barr and Jerome Powell and fucking everybody else you've hired and bitched about after the fact.
Being a nice guy doesn't pay off too much. Mr. President, think of it.
You're not a nice guy. You will never know.
He loses twice in Congress. Ran not very good campaigns.
Right. And this is what cued you that he should run the counterterrorism center.
Should have won. But he loses twice. How do I get him? I have my people call him, because I didn't deal with him for the most part. I saw him
I didn't hire him. I had other people hire him. You know, that shit on The Apprentice, I never fired anybody.
a couple of times, but I never dealt with him at all.
He was like number 2 under Tulsi Gabbard. You were trying to get him in her role, but he couldn't get cleared by the Senate, and they knew it. So you gave him a second position as the head of the counterterrorism center. He wanted Joe Kent for Tulsi's job. You don't think this asshole actually wanted a woman as the DNI, did you? You don't think he wanted a woman as the AG, did you? He wanted Matt Gaetz.
I had no idea his ideology was left or right, whatever it is.
It's pretty far fucking right, actually. It's Reich.
I can say this. He said very strongly that Iran is not a threat. Iran's been a threat for 47 years.
Yeah, but IED level threat, not a nuclear threat, not an imminent threat to the United States of America. That's what MAGA's pissed about. And so, never mind, fuck them.
And there's not a country in the world that doesn't agree with me in that. So
yeah, and the vague kind of fucking about in the Middle East, but not as a nuclear superpower kind of a threat.
Take this guy,
that one that would warrant, say, a war of choice.
Joe Kent, who lost twice the Congress.
He did? I never heard that. Is there somebody? Shit. He lost twice for Congress. And you, maybe was that did people let you know before you hired him that had happened? That's weird. It's my first time hearing it.
Pretty badly.
Of the 3 times you've mentioned it in the last minute and a half.
And tough, and it was devastated. And I know that he lost his wife. So instead of letting him live out his life, I brilliantly have my people call him and offer him a job.
You had your people call him and offer him a job, right? Yes, you offered him the job. That's what that is. That's not, call him and say something. And you're like, sir, we made him the head of the counterterrorism center. You what? What the fuck did you think was happening? You called them and said, hire him to do this. You originally wanted him as DNI, you dipshit.
Security, essentially, in the White House. Now, what does he do? He goes out and he says that Iran is not a threat.
Right. They're not a threat to the continental United States. That's what he meant. They're not a threat to us materially. They're a threat to some of our allies, certainly some of your new friends that you make, billion-dollar golf course deals with, and that's why you give a shit about this. But he was one of these America First dudes who liked the fact that that was a borrowed phrase from the fucking pro-Nazi party who didn't think we should get involved in the Second World War because fuck the Jews. That crowd, the America First crowd from then, is the same fucking people. Because the phrase America First sounds terrific when you're talking about, hey, with the last 2 weeks of this fucking war, we could have gotten rid of homelessness, asshole. So kind of, America First kind of makes sense in the abstract, but the America First TM crowd, Joe Kent's one of those.
Listen, now I probably signed up with CNN or maybe signed up with your division of Newsmax. I don't know, but...
Ouch.
Probably signed up with CNN or somebody.
Nope. He went on Tucker, actually.
But if you look at his tweets, X's, or Truth, whatever he uses, I don't know because I don't follow him.
It sounds like you do. It sounds like you do. It sounds like you've seen his posts.
What he said, 100% he agrees with me. All of a sudden he leaves. I never knew he had a problem. Now I hear they're looking at him for leaking. That's possible.
Oh, so what came out allegedly from him was true then? Because you can't leak a lie. I even saw Candace Owens. I don't know, it's CSL if you saw this. Candace Owens did a whole bit like last week, because I think she's seen some of our shit, about leaking is an admission. She didn't use the actual phrase. You can't leak a lie. Hashtag you can't leak a lie. Because that's mine.
But just so you understand, just to put it to rest, he lost twice badly.
What? Lost what? Lost 2 wives? I'm so confused. Oh, the Congress. Oh, right. Yeah. So he's a 2-time loser.
He also lost his wife. He's remarried since. He lost his...
And what does that have to do with anything?
His wife.
You know what? It's probably his new wife is making him do shit. Yeah. It's probably cucked. That's what it is. Guys start, they get married, they start listening to their woman, and she's saying, like, maybe we shouldn't blow up a girls' school. And they're like, whatever you say, darling. And I want to watch TV, but the wind isn't blowing. That guy.
I felt badly for him. So I told my people, reach out to him, give him a job at the White House.
At the White House. To run the counterterrorism center.
This is the thanks I get.
Sorry. It's like you can't get good help these days, you know? I hire somebody, you know, and they're supposed to do whatever I tell them to, even if it's illegal, and not say a word. And then this guy, I don't know. Like, why can't I have people like Kim Jong-un? And you go over there and everybody stands up when he walks into the room. And then somebody in the Office of Legal Counsel said that if I shot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue, I would actually still go to jail even with this code. It's like, what is this bullshit? This is the thanks I get. Joe, kid! I hate you! I feel better.
Any other questions?
No, we're done. She's saying that he said Iran was not an imminent threat and that the intelligence did not support a need for an attack, which Trump knows is true. And so that's why he looked right into the camera when this was said, because this is one of those fuck moments.
I think it was an imminent threat.
Yeah, we know you think people believe that you think that.
I think that Iran, if we didn't bomb them with the B-2 bombers, now that.
Right, so it was done. Right. If you hadn't bombed them, they would have gotten a nuclear weapon and done. Obliterated.
Sent them back. But if we didn't hit them with the B-2 bombers, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks to a month.
Oh, now he's stretching it out. He soundly said 2 weeks, guys. Am I losing my mind here?
And if they had a nuclear weapon, they would have used it as soon as they got it.
So you bombed them back then, and you obliterated the system, so done.
If you obliterated their nuclear sites last summer with your strikes, then how can you argue with an imminent threat now?
Oh.
Yeah, nice. I don't know. I don't know who she is, but I love her and I want to have her babies. She said, if you obliterated their nuclear threat last year, how can you say they're an imminent threat now?
We hit them so hard, we obliterated them. But
you did obliterate them. Did we oblit them though? He fixes it. I think he says obliterated next, but we obliterated them. They have been amazingly obliterated.
Oh, we hit them so hard, we obliterated them. But that doesn't mean with the right equipment, you can't dig down and go get it.
Right. There's a almost fully formed nuclear warhead under all that stuff. Duh. We obliterated it, and by obliterated, I mean we buried it under a bunch of dirt. But, you know, a couple of shovels, they're back in the game.
We don't want that.
No, we don't. We don't. We should blow up their shovel factory.
We won't have that. But we obliterated that site. They still haven't been able to get it. That was
right, hence the not an imminent threat.
A complete success. But if it wasn't, they would have had.
Right, but you said it was. It was a success. That's the point. Keep polishing, buddy.
If we didn't hit them, if we didn't use the B-2 bombers.
Yeah, we get that part. We're past that part. We're taking you at your word that it was obliterated. It has been obliterated. There's been an obliteration of everything of their nuclear dust. We get it. That's why it's dust now. It was originally big glowing rocks, and now it's dust. And so it was obliterated dust. That's word five. But now, why now?
Which are unbelievable. We just ordered 22 more of them.
Great. They're so good at their job. That's great. The next time we need somebody obliterated.
Modern version, by the way. Super modern version.
Yeah, they're painted all different. Red, white, and blue. And they're painted like Trump sneakers.
We didn't hit them with the B-2 bombers.
Yeah, we got, again, catch up, dickhead.
They would have had within 2 weeks of that.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Right. But you did it. And so you pushed that timeline from 2 weeks to obliterate it.
Attack. That's why we hit him.
Yeah. Again, right.
Because we knew.
You knew 2 weeks to a month.
They would have had a nuclear weapon. They would have used it on Israel and the entire Middle East.
Right, but you obliterated it.
Overall crime in Memphis is down 43% since you began this task force.
Newsmax guy is trying to suck his dick just to get back in good graces. The crime's down in Memphis 42%. Yeah, both guys went home.
Well, what I'm doing today.
All right, fuck this. I like at this point. I mean, we're obliterated. It's been oblisticated. We don't need this whole fucking thing. Obviously, it's a shitty round table that he does. It's so fucking brutal. Now I want to jump ahead. Let's just. I don't have that much time left. Fuck. Okay, so rumor has it. Let's go here. Where that conversation has been obliterated. Oblitation. It's making me masturbate. All right. So, if I may, word on the street is, ladies and gentlemen, that Benjamin Netanyahu is not only AI, but he's dead. He's tits up. And so, not only does Trump not know who he's negotiating with in Iran, but he may be negotiating with Netanyahu's ghost. He may be actually answering an AI phone call. I think they've uploaded all of the phone calls that Netanyahu has had with Trump in the past, created an AI chatbot based on that, and he just calls that. It's like when Trump calls Netanyahu, it's like a call center. If you listen carefully at the beginning of the call, and I don't know that Trump's on the phone yet, you can hear in Netanyahu's voice, it says for Spanish marque numero dos. So that's kind of a dead giveaway. But apparently, Glenn Beck knows the truth. Is Israel hiding Netanyahu's death? Glenn addresses the rumors. That doesn't sound like he puts the rumors to bed.
Birthday dinner last night. It's great. And somewhere between appetizers and the candles, somebody said to me, "Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu is dead?" And
really? It must have been a fucked up birthday party.
I actually had to say, "What?" Benjamin? No, he's not dead. And this is something my wife, who is she takes care of the family, and we've always had this really healthy agreement that
she does not speak up or ask me any tough questions, especially the ones that she knows I don't have the answers to, which is everything.
She takes care of the family. She keeps our life normal. I pay attention to all of this stuff because if the two of us, we'd get into a doomsday loop if the two of us were involved. She came to me and she was like, "You see the video on Benjamin Netanyahu?" And I said, "Yeah, it's AI, honey. It's not real." But it was weird. It was just weird. It is
weird. It is weird. Most AI videos are weird.
Weird.
I thought it was really odd when the Bigfoot blog had Netanyahu in it.
Because people, and it wasn't just these people everywhere.
You can't go anywhere without people going, "You think Netanyahu's dead?"
Believe that's real. They just believe it's real.
The AI is real? Oh, right. I forgot for a second that everyone you hang out with is stupid.
And I was thinking about it last night, and
he means that Netanyahu's dead, I suppose.
Another claim on the other side that people believe is just real. And that is, there's a claim that this Irish band, Kneecap, was playing a concert in Cuba, and somehow it caused a nationwide blackout. And the blackout killed every patient on the ventilators there in Cuba.
Well, I mean, it's as namesakes go for a band, they were playing hits off their album Punctured Lung.
Horrifying and not true. Absolutely not true. There was a blackout, but it was caused by a failure at the power plant.
Yeah, to anticipate the power draw of fucking Kneecap, who do indeed rock. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Hundreds of miles away, part of a long-going energy crisis.
A lawn going, yes. It's Jarts caused it.
And not the band, okay? Not the communists that were partying with the band, okay? The hospital deaths, we don't know.
So the tickets were free?
Unverified, no names, no records, no confirmation. But the story is out there and it spreads. Why?
Because you have a very narrow attention span and you only focus on things that make you feel good about the current situation, and you'll look at any news rabbit hole that you can go down to keep you from bringing up Epstein and Trump's choice of a war in Iran. I'm just spitballing. I don't know.
It spreads because people are saying it on the internet.
Oh, that's why.
And it feels kind of true in some way or another.
It does. It does feel true. Because everybody, who's like, dude, if Kneecap ever played fucking Cuba, they'd shut the whole fucking country down, bro.
Fits a narrative, and you want.
It does. Yeah, the left really wants Kneecap to fry the power grid in Cuba.
To believe it.
And kill a bunch of people on ventilators. That sounds like a right-wing talking point on a blackout that occurred. Banned or no banned.
The trick is we have to be able to see through these fake stories.
Well, dude, I mean, what are you going to do? Shut down the blaze?
We have to slow down enough and think through logically. And I think.
Yeah, but nobody's ever, try as we might, ever going to be as slow as you, Glenn.
The BB story is the best example of this.
The power grid was taken out by somebody shooting a BB gun. You'll put your eye out.
Let me take you through that.
Okay, please.
If Benjamin Netanyahu were dead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's think this through.
All right. Done.
The first layer that is required for this is total silence from the people who physically surround him. That's family, personal staff, security detail, medical personnel, drivers, aides, schedules.
Yeah, and if that kind of lockdown of information only happens during war, and fuck.
Schedulers. And these are not anonymous figures. These are dozens of individuals, many with independent loyalties, some who disagree with him strongly politically, some who would have every incentive, financial, ideological, even personal, to speak up.
Right, but would they have known he actually died? Would they have been on site? I mean, I get it. If they're the ones who murdered him, maybe that's what you're talking about. Like, maybe they're just mad they're not getting credit. Is that what you're thinking?
If something this enormous were true.
What if some of them were killed as well?
Okay.
No, not okay.
Not one credible defection can happen. Not one verifiable leak could happen.
Yeah, but I mean, might take a little while. And arguably, with the news getting out everywhere and the AI videos and stuff, I mean, maybe they were the ones that went, no, that looks real. Release that video. No. He's got all the right fingers. Dude, you could see the pocket goes up to his hand. His hand doesn't go in the pocket. If we tell everybody, they'll kill us. But this will do it.
That's damn near impossible. But step back.
Well, and again, it depends on who knew he died at the time, right? And who has access to him at any given time. If you're reading people in slowly, and the other people would go, he's in hiding because there's a fucking bombing. And we're only doing these videos in the coffee shop thing to put everybody at ease, but he can't actually go outside because if he actually got killed, we'd be fucked.
Of state. This is not a kingdom. He doesn't exist in isolation. He
kind of does, though, at a time of war.
He has to constantly interact with military leadership, the intelligence, the cabinet members,
Maybe they're all sitting around a thing watching a screen going, is this AI? No, I counted his fingers. Is this the same shit he said? We're watching a tape.
Opposition leaders, the foreign diplomats. If the man were gone, every single one of those interactions has to become a performance.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Huckabee would just be wailing and weeping nonstop. He'd be at the wailing wall just banging his head against it.
Every meeting becomes a theater, and it's not just internally. Okay. the response was,
How am I? How do you even? How do I shape this to make my ignorance look like intelligence?
well, he's missed all of these meetings, but he hasn't. He hasn't.
No, he hasn't. You sure?
There's video of him meeting.
Yeah. The video doesn't include anybody else at the meeting, which is weird.
With all of these people since he supposedly was dead. They
That's the worst part of it, right?
even have him in a press conference where he's like, I'm very much alive.
Yeah, but that's exactly what AI would say. I mean, maybe it's our first sentient AI.
Well, that's AI. Well, we'll get to that.
Please.
So you got to go, it's personal, then you got to do.
Maybe Israel is being run by OpenClaw right now. It would explain a lot.
Everybody in his country that is around politics, people that don't like him. Then you have the United States government, you have the European allies, regional adversaries, intelligence services across the country, across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
They all have to either be fooled or actively participate in the deception.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable breakdown.
Think about that for a minute. Rival intelligence agencies.
Right, that'll be made to look like suckers if they jump on it, so they don't say anything until they've got some confirmation, but they can't get confirmation because you can't prove a negative if you don't see the guy.
Some of which exist specifically to
kill him, to kill Netanyahu. Maybe they're not saying it because they want to take credit for it, but they want to make sure it worked.
Expose weakness or deception in Israel. They would all have to miss or suppress it.
Or they'd have to give up their source, and so this might be a rope-a-dope, and they're pretending that he's dead, and so that their people will go, he's dead, I wrote it, and then they'll know exactly who in their circle told, because they'll vary the lie a little bit for each person. He was, he had a heart attack while the rubble was coming down, he got crushed, he got wounded, he took away, and whatever the detail is that gets out, they're like, oh, that was the one we gave to Sam over here.
That's just not how intelligence services behave. They leak, they compete, they expose. They just do.
Except when they don't.
Now bring in the media. Not one outlet, all of them. ABC, NBC, CNN, all of that. The hostile press, the friendly press, the foreign press, the independent journalist.
Why would the friendly press break it? Never mind.
You would need dozens of reporters in physical proximity.
No, you wouldn't. You could just not invite them, and then they think other people were invited, and they're watching the video, and they're like, I wasn't at that one, but, he had a press conference. We reported on the press conference, but I wasn't there. We got pool video they gave us.
Camera crews filming in real time.
Crew. I haven't seen multiple angles of it.
Because that's what exists.
Nope.
You would need audio technicians capturing unscripted speech.
Well, again, in the age of AI, 11 Labs, it's kicking ass, but it's not the only game in town anymore.
Editors reviewing every raw footage, all either deceived by something flawed.
What raw footage?
Flawless or complicit. And remember, journalists break careers for stories far smaller than this.
Break careers for stories small. Break their careers? Okay.
This would be the biggest political cover-up in modern history. And no one has the human instinct to cash in on that, on Israel?
Well, in all fairness, I don't know that any of them actually want to talk to Netanyahu if they don't have to. It's the value of being wholly unpopular. It's something I'll never get to experience, and it's a burden.
Now let's deal with the hardest claim, the one that people always retreat to. It's all AI.
It's not all AI.
Okay.
A lot of it's absence, right? You don't see him at all. And the assumption is that, how do you know he's dead or whatever if he's just not there? What are you saying? Every time he's not around you, he's somehow not alive? Is that how you feel about everybody in the world? You think you got main character syndrome? What's your fucking problem, buddy? The vast majority of this is lack of access. AI is the way they patch those areas to kind of throw a bone, would be the theory on this. Anyways, keep stupiding.
Well, someday it is going to be like this, but it's not there yet. You would need the technology that could generate full motion, real-time video. We're not there.
Oh, yeah, we kind of are. Yeah, it's not at the prosumer level, but it absolutely exists at the high levels. I got to tell you. Fuck off of that. Go see Donald Trump's thing on the American Dream that I showed last week.
Handle unpredictable environments, lighting, background noise, interruptions.
Yeah, again, Unreal Engine, anybody?
You would have to allow unscripted interaction with other humans. We're not there on any of these things.
Also, no, you wouldn't.
Maintain
the other people in the coffee shop were AI too, dickhead. You do realize that, right? You don't. Maybe he doesn't. Holy shit. Maybe Glenn thinks that those were actors doing a scene. Pretend. Okay, he's going to be standing right here. Just act like you say this, and we'll time it all out later.
Consistency across multiple appearances, different angles, different days, and do it so perfectly.
Different angles, different days. What are you talking about? I mean, full disclosure, I don't think Netanyahu's dead, but I just think he's making a really shitty argument.
That video experts cannot detect it. Foreign intelligence could not detect it.
No, everybody detected it. Everybody looked at it and went, that's fucking AI, dude.
Political opponents can't expose it. If that technology exists at that level, not in a lab, but operationally deployed, it would be the most valuable and destabilizing capability on Earth.
Yeah, it's already there. And by the way, no, there's a lot more technology that's way more destabilizing than you can act like your leader's still alive if they've croaked. Believe me, we're going to experience it over here probably very soon.
And it would
whether by the way, honest to God, if that video last week wasn't done while Trump was in the fucking hospital, we're going to have videos like that. I'm calling it right now. Sometime over the summer, we're going to see a video or a gathering of Trump that just did not fucking exist at all because Trump's in the hospital. I'm telling you. It's lab grown AI. They have a greenhouse.
It wouldn't be used for Benjamin Netanyahu. It would be used for something far, far greater than that.
Why? You don't think Israel has access to the high-end AIs that we have over here as a buddy of the president? You don't think they would help cover it? You don't think they would give him, throw him a bone? Because they knew it would be a massive escalation? And they're like, oh, shit. If the Iranians got him, they would feel chuffed like a motherfucker and decide, they're all in now. It's time. We're going to end Israel for good. You don't think they would actually do that?
Okay.
Right?
There are dozens of appearances that are verified by dozens of observers.
Maybe the observers are AI as well. Glenn, have you met any of these so-called observers?
How do you stop that? How do you explain that?
I don't know. Maybe they're all in the Epstein files too.
Especially when you stack all of it together. For this to be real, you'd need total silence from the inner circle.
Yeah, you need 8 straw men in the audience with little reporters' pictures put over their faces, and then close up of him at a podium. That's weird.
Total coordination against his entire government, total compliance, or total failure of government intelligence from all over the world, the globe. You'd need total complacency or total
Total complacency? I don't know that we'll ever have total complacency. I mean, it's a dream. I, for most of my life, have wanted total complacency, but I don't think I'll ever achieve it. Not as young and handsome as I am. Perhaps when I'm older and I've retired, I will have total complacency.
competence of the
A boy can dream, Candy.
international media and flawless, undetectable AI that could replace a human being
Doesn't even have to be flawless.
in dynamic public settings.
By the way, Glenn is AI. This is completely done with an avatar. He's on a ventilator right now for a neck goiter related thing. He'll be fine.
That's a pretty big wall to get over.
Yeah, what you're doing is you're basically creating the illusion of difficulty based on sort of standards that you think exist, which we've seen in fail in a bunch of different areas, and you're counting on human beings to just automatically do what you'll think they'll do knee jerk in a circumstance like that, which isn't necessarily true.
Or
Netanyahu was never alive. He's always been a robot. And he's, oh, sorry, my earphones are going to die. I have to swap out. Pitiful. I like those too. They sounded good. It was a little annoying. I think only one of these actually works properly right now, but beg your pardon. I'm overdoing it. The show's too exciting. Now I got to switch so I can hear what the hell's going on. Where are you? There we go. Switch to these guys. Go to that one. Okay, now what were you saying? Nope, I can't hear it still. It takes a moment. It's still thinking. Come here, you. You big jerk. There we go. All right, it should play it. Looks like, oh, I see. Maybe it's, I know what it is. Silly me. Where are you, Loopback? Get over here. I think I shut them off a while back. Nothing ear open. There we go. Play, stupid thing. I don't see audio going there, and I'm not sure why. You swine. What's going on? You can hear it, but I can't. Sorry. I'm not going to make you guys listen to fucking Glenn Beck without me. That would be rude. Not happening. Hold on one second. I will remedy this in just a second. Ah, these might be charged by now. That feels good. They do. They feel good. By the way, hit the like, share the show, like and subscribe. Okay, and then I think you should see it here.
they have, in many cases, rightfully so, been
Still playing out these guys. Quit it. Don't play out those, you swine. I'm listening to my Sparks parts. What are you, ridiculous? Play it on it. You swine. Hold on. Back up here. I have to go back over to this one and then go up to here. Sparks pods, where are you? Wake up. Time to put a little makeup. Okay. Oh, there we go.
so burned by everybody else, they no longer trust any other media.
Shit, that's loud. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, so they trust this video. They cannot verify where it came from.
No, they don't. They just kind of play it and move on.
One requires a global airtight conspiracy of unprecedented scale.
Yeah, but things are stupid right now.
And the other one just requires human nature.
Right, but human nature to fuck things up too, So there's that. Yeah, all right, Glenn, you're not helping. I'm now more convinced than ever that he's dead, and that the country is being run by an android. I don't have that much time left. Shit, I'm over time. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing because we owe it to ourselves to get the dumbest take we can. I know we've heard a lot of stupid tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've heard a lot. We've heard Donald Trump talk about Elvis. I love Elvis. Tell me about him. And name all of his favorite songs, including the one, right? That one? Oh, big song. What was it? Yeah, I think the one. No, that one. And then we've seen, blather about Joe Kent being, an atrocious human being and getting remarried like an asshole after, I mean, I will give Joe Kent you'd think you'd give Joe Kent a little bit of credit for not burying his ex on a golf course. So he's got that going for him. But we got to end with the most miserable man. My lips get a little tired of being gigantic. The most miserable man on the internet, Greg Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, who I got to say is not loving his job these days. He's got a droopy eyelid right there. He's not being able to afford the Botox these days. It's probably was a miserable ride in on the bus today to work. Somebody probably sat in his recliner that he has in his office because apparently they can't read the fucking note. And but Greg thinks he knows the real reason the deep state hates Trump. Probably because they are a secret society and he keeps mentioning them, or that they don't exist. Also, that everybody hates Trump and even maggots now. And so it's hard to determine who, like, are we all the deep state now? We are all the deep state now. I guess so. Shit. What will I wear?
Why?
All right.
Why did they do that?
Why did they? They didn't. Some asshole who followed Alex Jones took a shot at him. Also, the whole thing where Russia told Orban to fake an assassination attempt because it'll help his election chances. A little on the nose, guys.
Why did they put him in through all this stuff?
Because he's a fraud and the law should apply to him. Put him. What do you mean? The question isn't why did they put him through it. It's why did it take him so fucking long?
You want to know the real reason?
I do. Tell me, Greg Kelly.
Okay.
Okay, tell me. And somebody just Venmoed me and it was really lovely. Hold on. Thank you for keeping us sane, Hal. Looking forward to seeing you at the No Kings Elk Grove this weekend. I'm very excited about it. I will be in and out like a duck mating because I got to get back to my girl. So I red eye in Saturday morning, do my radio show, and then go to the No Kings rally, speak, and split. It's crazy. And I'm also, like, on Sunday, I get back like Saturday night, and then Sunday I have to go to LA for like 2 hours and come right back because of I'm doing stand up at an autism awareness fundraiser, and it was booked a long time ago, and so I don't want to kick out on them, so I got to zip in and zip out on that one or whatever. I got like the worst time to fly in our country's history, probably, since we moved away from propellers. And I'm flying, 8 times in a week? Good times. All right. So anyways, subscribe, will you? I work for a living. I'm busting my hump here. I'm doing my best. So subscribing is free. Just do that.
What he's really, truly guilty of?
Being an adjudicated rapist? Being Jeffrey Epstein's wingman for 27 years?
This.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Wow. You got to dig back to that one. Remember when he had zingers and it didn't take him a week to figure out what he was saying? Also, she never went to jail. Never went to jail. He's been in, this is his second go. She's still out and about. Doesn't have Parkinson's, isn't sick, apparently is aging normally. So maybe he cut off her adrenochrome supply. Is that what that's the win? But you're having to dig that far back for a dunk? Well, I mean, October 9th, 2016. Sorry, dude, you're going to have to go that far back because if you play any video from now, he looks like someone is actively hitting him with a 2x4 while he speaks.
Not only defeating Hillary Clinton, but humiliating her.
Yeah, he lost the popular vote and he's never gotten over it.
That's why they arrested him. That's why they charged
him. No, not at all. They arrested and charged him for keeping documents after he left the office of the president, which he was not entitled to, and of course, all the fraud he'd committed previously.
That's why they impeached him. That's why they sabotaged his presidency, tried to the first time around when.
Oh yeah, right. They did. I'm sorry. You're right. We did sabotage his presidency. How we made him pick Jeff Sessions and then pick Bill Barr and then Rex Tillerson and then we really, I got to give credit to whoever the Democrat was that told him that you could cure COVID by shoving a light bulb up your ass and drinking bleach. That was I don't know how they managed to do it, but oh, you wily Democrats.
After his family and the rest. So, overall.
Sorry, it went after his family? Sorry. So Eric Trump steals from a charity, and the state of New York says, fuck off, you cannot have a charity in our state ever again. And that's Democrats going after them. So in Greg Kelly's world, if someone steals from kids with cancer, they deserve a medal, not jail time.
We have won, and not just in a.
I think yeah, you're right. You know what? It's just like Iran. You're right. Yes, I think you should declare victory and go home. It's exactly, yes, please.
Iran. This is bigger than Iran, much bigger.
No, it's not.
Because, well, what has been the policy about America going back a few decades now? A beautiful phrase. You've heard it before. Peace through strength.
Right. Accent on the peace part.
Ring a bell?
Yeah, we all thought it was hilarious under Bush Cheney, for example.
The world now respects America's policy of peace through strength. The United States is again the confident leader of the free world.
Yeah, we'd gotten out of Afghanistan. Out of Vietnam, specifically around that time. It was kind of what he was talking about, is that we were not using our strength as much. We had it, and people knew we had it, but we kept it holstered.
30 years since the end of World War II.
Yeah, the end of the World War II. Yeah, like beyond after World War II, after we were in the World War and it was over.
Our strategy has been to preserve peace through strength.
Peace through. You notice his voice broke on that one. Hold on. Listen to the break on the word peace.
World War II. Our strategy has been to preserve peace through strength.
Sorry, it was on strength. Peace through strength.
Foreign affairs. I'll continue our policy of peace through strength.
Excellent work, gentlemen.
Yeah, you mean Captain Wag the dog over here? You mean the guy who with like Iran-Contra, anybody? Where he and Reagan actually talked to the Iranians, said, keep the hostages until after the election and we'll do you a solid, and we did. Because Carter kicked him, fired him as the head of the CIA, and then he went and joined Reagan's ticket.
And then what happened?
What do you mean? It was happening all along.
America entered into a losing streak.
So, sorry, right after George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton took us to war in Vietnam again and lost because he just didn't have the testosterone for it?
Right.
No, not right. Your next Republican, who also was negotiating with these fuckers, started another war for no fucking reason.
This stuff.
PNAC, yes, the Project for a New American Century. All during Clinton, the Republicans were like, why aren't we warring like we're supposed to?
IEDs happened all the time.
What the fuck is that? Like they just rolled in a graphic of him like, well. What the fuck?
We were not projecting strength. We were
Sorry, those soldiers weren't being strong when they were struck by a bomb they didn't know was there?
Projecting weakness.
That's one of the reasons we stayed in that fucking country and kept killing people for a long time. The point wasn't that we didn't have peace through strength, it's that we overdid the strength part. We already had peace.
Bush, under Obama, anybody remember this? At the hands of the Iranians?
Dramatic new video of the moment 10 American sailors were detained by the Iranian Navy. Still aboard their patrol boats.
And no big whoop, right? What did we do?
We got them back.
Tell them, knock it off, cut that out. And most devastating of all, 2021 Afghanistan under Joe Biden.
Oh, you mean when we stopped, when we left, what Trump promised to do and never did?
This blew peace through strength. It was a faint memory, right?
No. Part of strength is not wasting your fucking military might after a target you do not intend to claim, for example, or in an endless war. Wait, sorry, we're now weak because we turned tail on a war that your guy says we never should have been in. Biden gets us out, and he's catching shit.
So
fuck you.
How do you reassert that?
Oh yeah, I you know what? You're right. Why? The only way you can reassert it is another war of choice, a regime war. Sure. It's a great idea.
You know, like, it's not only, this operation in Iran or
Operation? Sorry, are we removing their spleen?
this thing in Venezuela or whatever. It's
This thing in Venezuela or whatever. Well, whatever might include an invasion of Cuba.
how do we get all of that back?
Get what back? The bills? The deaths of our service people? How do we get back the girls' school in Iran, you tit?
Well, the operation in Iran has actually helped. Not
Why? Why? The strait is still closed. They don't even need warships to do it. It's like it's like you have a strength policy about how much you can deadlift, and then you show up, you're like, I'm the fucking deadlifter of all time, bitches, get ready. I'm going to show you my strength. And you're like, oh, nobody told you? Yeah, this is a marathon. Yeah, this isn't a deadlift. This is a long run. Yeah. And we're going to swim and bike. You what? Yeah, you have to ride a bike 25 miles and then you got to swim 25 miles and you got to run 25. But I can lift more than anybody can lift. I don't know. Sucks to be you, dude.
just our situation.
Maybe there'll be something heavy at the end when you come in last.
There, trying to demilitarize them, denuclearize them, right? But
which apparently we did last year, so I don't know why we're still doing it.
it sends a signal to other countries.
Yeah, that it's easy to bait us into wasting our money and our soldiers' lives.
The missiles are gone, the naval. How about Venezuela? Again, this sends a message after decades, literally, of American impotence. Don't mess with us.
They weren't messing with us. You don't think Venezuela actually emptied their prisons and their asylums and sent their people here on purpose? You don't actually think they just like opened the doors to their prisons and went, America's that way, guys, hit it.
Because the policy, it's a policy. It's not just a mantra. It's not just a line at a convention. It's something.
Yes, it's no more foreign wars, no more regime change wars, no more forever wars. Oh, fuck.
We believe, it's something we live.
Which is what? Sorry. What do you believe?
Because the policy, it's a policy. It's not just a mantra. It's not just a line at a convention. It's something we believe. It's something we live.
Oh, I see. So he means peace through strength. Yeah, asshole, we don't have peace. Our strength has not created peace. It is not creating peace currently. We are not at peace, at home or abroad. If that's the policy, what do we got? We don't have the strength in some cases, obviously. We have too much of the strength in some areas. But then I think, what do we get the through part? Through works. That's where we got to get through this, I suppose. But peace is out the fucking window. We had peace through strength when we have peace. If we don't have peace, we just have the strength part, which often leads to, as Trump would say, I guess, not peace. Like, it's spa, not spa. It's peace. This is not peace. But hey, I understand why you went back to the 2016 video, because your dude is fucking pathetic right now. Shit. There's so much more to cover. I'm just upset Roseanne is being pushed out. They won't credit me, but they use everything I say. Tell us about it, Roseanne. Tell us about it.
Now you made me forget what I was even going to rant on.
Oh, well, then I'm sorry. Then never mind. So thank you guys so much. She forgot she was going to have a rant, but she just decided against it. I think that's the wisest thing she's done in a very, very long time. Besides stop wearing a wig, I suppose. But take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the morning show. Hal Sparks Mornings, Mega Worldwide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show, etc., etc. Venmo's a great way to support the show. I'm just saying. I don't say it enough, but when I do say it, people respond, and it's lovely. If you're on Twitch, I'm working on a way so that the hype train thing can go across the screen again. And we can see it when it happens. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be lovely? And then, of course, if you're on Facebook, stars are a great way to support the show. At the very least, on YouTube, if you can't super chat and all that stuff, thank those who do. And think about giving or having a membership. And what else? Oh, yeah. Subscribe. Just subscribe, will you? You have any idea? Oh, there's something in the staff chat. Very exciting. Hold on. Before I go, who do we have up tomorrow? Or am I all alone? Alone. Oh, yes. Tomorrow, let's see. Is Emily Gregory on tomorrow? Sorry. Oh, no. Yes. Donald will be living in Major and Philip tomorrow. Okay, good. Yeah, so Major Ojeda is going to be on with us tomorrow. That's fantastic. Back to his normal spot. We'll be able to talk about it. And then, that was just the flip. I see. So Democrat Emily Gregory, let's see, visit the site. Boink. This is what she was posting. Will flip a Democrat Emily Gregory. I had to shut this. Hold on. Will flip deep red Florida House district that includes Mar-a-Lago. Very exciting. CNN has projected. Not only will a Democrat be in charge of the district in Florida that Mar-a-Lago is in, but it's a woman. It's a woman. See, if you know how they always say, like, either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, which is fucking stupid. I gotta say, I know a lot of people who died heroes. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's so stupid. It's like, because it's basically like, why not just be the villain then? Well, just get to it. You're gonna become one anyways. Fuck being the hero. Everybody gives you shit anyways. You might as well just join the dark side. This is one of the stupidest writing phrases ever. That's like right up there with write what you know. Yeah, great. And we'll never have sci-fi again. Yes, tell that to J.K. Rowling or fucking George Lucas. What are you talking about? Emotionally write what you know. Write what you can imagine well. Anyways, congratulations. It's Emily Gregory is projected. Democrat Emily Gregory will win a special state house election in a Palm Beach district that includes Mar-a-Lago. CNN's decision desk has projected, adding another special election win to a recent string of victories around the country for Democrats. Because they like to cheat. That's what they do. They got to cheat. So we got to cheat too. We got to make sure that nobody can vote that has the right to vote. We got to act like a bunch of people cheat so we can disenfranchise a bunch of people. We got to get all the dead people off the rolls because dead people are going to vote, except they always purge dead people from the voter rolls all the time. So what he knows is the numbers are not in his favor. Also, by the way, Democrats, job number one, red districts purple, purple districts blue. If you can go straight from red to blue, even better. Nobody gets credit for making a blue district bluer. Period. End of story. Not now. Not for the time being. This is waste of money, waste of energy. Don't even worry about it. Whoever can get elected that's a Democrat in any district in this country, get them in there. Period. Even better. But I don't even think he's up this year. Is he? Is his election this year? But again, I'm pretty sure in a primary, any Democrat could beat him in that area, and Fetterman could they could beat him, and they would win even stronger than he won. So there you go. So either way, vote for the Democrats is going to go through. Period. It's going to be fine. Also, I guess the second one is, oh yeah, that's what I thought it was. 2028. The goal, the job should be, on a material level, The strategy, the overall strategy is red to purple, purple to blue. The tactic is make sure everyone has everything they need to vote. Get those registrations up, make sure people have proper ID. Because the Republicans have an ID problem, and I've told you guys about this because they think real ID is the work of Satan. And so a bunch of them don't fucking have it. They just don't. The reason we had to punt the real ID rules was because of Republicans, not because of Democrats. And so a bunch of them are not going to have proof of citizenship and all this kind of shit. They're going to run it like, oh, fuck, I don't know where my birth certificate is. They're going to be up against this wall, and Democrats won't. So anyways, love you guys. Thank you. I will give your love to Summer. Yeah, we've got a kind of a big day tomorrow. She's okay. I'll be here for the show in the morning, though. We're all good. Thursday, I'll have a regular show as well. Tomorrow, both shows are fine. Friday, both shows. Thursday, regular show should be at its regular time, 4 o'clock. Fingers crossed, because she's got her next round of chemo on Thursday. So, and I hate that I have to be out of town a couple of times this weekend. It's driving me nuts. But I made these commitments a while back, and so we soldier. We do what we got to do. And anyway, so I'm every other outside time that I'm not physically out of town, if I have to, move some stuff around, please be gentle and understanding if I start a little late or I go a little long, or if I start a little earlier and have to cut off or whatever. That's just where we are right now. That's just the life of it. So appreciate you guys more than you know. Love you. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the for Heidi. Thank you too for the Venmo as well. Greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Now let's see which we got. I got another version of Wars and Rumors of Wars. I think we'll play that one because I'm meddling it out these days.
Rider on the white horse, crown of cold, conquering eyes, scrolling a shaking right hand, thunder tears open the sky.
Very European metal. I think this is Denmark's song for Eurovision. I'm just fucking with you. Thanks, Gordon.
Second seal splits like a fault line, red horse rest on the blade.
Nice.
Peace falls broken like glass shards, brothers turn black in the haze. Oh, store shake, famine is counting, ink stain, measuring grain. Fourth seal cracks, pale rains rattling, grave rides close in the rain. Wars and rumors of wars, trumpets howl over stone, echo through temples and courts, every The sky holds its breathing, half of an hour in dread. Incense and prayers rise together, fire rains down from the head. Seven seals shatters the boundary, scroll lies open and scored. Thunder writes over the nation's last word, sharp as a sword. Wars and rumors of wars, trumpets howl over stone, echo through temples and courts, every king on his throne. Wars and rumors of wars, sevenfold judgment roars, lampstands banner restored. Wars and rumors of rider on the white horse, eyes like a burning sea. Name that is older than ages, seal what is. What?